Welcome to the Lynn and Sheryl show, and welcome to whatever background we have today.
We have
Oh,
little ones in the background.
that's right, we do. So we'll be right back after this. Hello, Sheryl. Welcome. How are you?
I'm fine. You want to show the people our background?
Yeah, our background noise is brought to you by a woken little baby, Bradley, and he's saying hello right now. Well, here in Montana, it's about 33 degrees, and unfortunately, half of my little area here in Billings, Montana, since 4 o'clock in the morning, unfortunately, the power's been out, and and fortunately for me, I do have power, but my neighboring neighbors have the Billings power, and they've been out without power since 4 o'clock this morning, and I feel bad for them, and it's affected the schools and things like that. So they've been without power, and so is my grandson's daycare. So he happens to be here with me. So you'll have to deal with some little goo baby noises in the background here. So now that you know what's going on in the background here, I want to catch up with Sheryl here. And Sheryl, how are you doing? And what's going on with your health issues and stuff, real quick?
I'm doing quite well. I have 2 more sessions and I get to ring the bell. So, hey, it's all good.
That's awesome. And how are you feeling with everything?
Actually, I feel really good. Everybody was talking about how tired you get. Can I tell that I'm a little tireder, but I don't know if that's not just from having to go every day and do things that I haven't had to do. Basically, the title where it came from today, when things get in the way. And it's kind of hard to say cancer got in the way, but it did. It totally wreaks havoc on your life. And mine was not that bad. So I just want to tell everybody sometimes I don't even want to fit into that box of the people that's had cancer. So many people have had it and had it for a long, long time before they could do it. My cousin that I told you about a couple shows ago was caught with stage 4 cervical a little over a year ago. She rang the bell the other day.
Oh, that's wonderful news. That's wonderful.
But life gets in the way. Things get in the way. Normal stuff gets in the way. Your weather up there is getting in your way. So,
Yeah.
what do you do when that happens other than just you get up every morning, put your big girl panties on, and go on about life? I mean, it'll come back to normal someday.
I think one thing it does do, it disrupts the fact that we realize that, wait a second, when things are out of schedule or out of sync, it makes you appreciate when your schedule's running smooth, because you take that for granted then too. So, hey Bob, thanks for being here. Well, and by the way, we will be not here next week because Sheryl will be busy at a conference or something. So we'll be here. We'll be here the following week. So that's okay. But we're here right now.
That's another piece that got in my way. Okay, but we have the Hearth Show coming up next week, and so I'll be in Nashville, actually doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So that's is it in my way? Financially, no. Personal wise, yes. But we're going to go do it, and then I'm good for a month before we hit the next show, and then I'm good for a year almost. But yeah, it's nice when things kind of calm down and get back to the stage that you're looking for. I by no way am wishing my life away, but I will be glad when week after next gets here. Your baby must be talking. But and Bob, I know things have gotten your way before, and anybody else that's listening. And the main thing about that is we all get caught up in it. And if you just give yourself time, it'll pass. You'll go on, and it'll come back around. And if it never becomes back to the old normal, That's your new normal. And that's where you start at and you go from there.
Yeah. I was trying to tell my granddaughter to walk him around the house or something really quick. So,
It's
like I'm talking into my sleeve here. Again, you gotta modify. You gotta, figure out ways of doing things. I think we forget that we should always do things different, not always the same way. It's good for muscle memory. It's we get so autopilot that we forget we're doing things anyway. So it's great to do things a little bit different, to stimulate, your mind, and appreciate things and look at things a little bit different as well.
and that's what you do. You get up every morning. The main thing, you got up. You got up, you're alive. Things change. I don't know about your life, but mine, even on a normal day, something will flip out right in the middle and mess the whole day up. And I'm a morning person. That's my biggest problem. Everything I've done the past 2.5 weeks, they scheduled of a morning, which is my time of day to get everything I do done. But uh, we're still getting there. Of course, if you saw my desk, you'd understand that we haven't got it all done yet. But get it all worked out. But just the main thing I want to tell people is things get altered, but your life, was it meant to be that way? Who knows?
Well, you don't have to take it so personal either, because, you know, if you do, then it just can really mentally bother you. It can disrupt your life, and it gets to be boring if you just have everything the same way all the time.
And you're not the only person in the world.
Yeah.
Uh, I think it tends to, and I watch people when things happen to them, whether it be kind of bad or really bad, it's they want to take it into heart and think it's only them. There's a lot of people out there that's going through chaos.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if there wasn't chaos, we would be bored, I assume.
Yeah, well, look at the news. When you look at the news, there's always so much depressing stuff out there. That always can make you feel better that you're not going through all that stuff. So there's always things to look at, always the bright side of things.
I pretty much gave up the news.
Well, I don't look at it neither, but what I'm saying is when people do the pity party me, or, why me, or this or that, there's always, well, why not you look at it different, you
I,
know?
I think the internet has its place, but I think
Mhm.
one of the worst things it's done to the country, it's put too much information, a lot of which is not true out there, and it has infected so many people into they listen to it first thing in the morning and they set their mindset for that day by what's happening in the news. And the bad part is 99.9% of it you have no control over anyway.
Right. It has its purpose, no doubt, for sure. So, and sometimes it has its good purposes, like, knowing this morning that around me they didn't have power, and the lights were gonna, street lights were gonna be affected, and leaving earlier, and knowing what to expect. But again, that those are you know the those things don't happen often, but when they do, those times it's helpful. Like knowing, like turning on or checking the weather before you leave your house. That's something useful.
I think that's what I've got so used to Alexa for. When I want to see the weather or hear know the weather, I only have to know the weather. She doesn't go into explaining all the other stuff with it. I've got
So
real picky about what I ask and how I ask it. But if everybody just realizes life's going to go on, things are going to get in your way. Like you say, your weather, you weren't expecting power to be out today.
no. Well, and you see, that's the funny thing, right? Even though the power went out and it doesn't affect me as far as I have power here in my house, see, it still affects me because now I have my grandkids here because their daycare is closed. and I had to take my daughter because her car's not working. So things can affect you, but not affect you directly. And it's just the way it still can get in your way, but you don't have to make it emotionally affect you in a way that you allow it to bother you. You just go with the flow. You just change what you're doing and you just modify it. You don't have to, allow it to affect what you're doing to a point where you make it disrupt your day in a way that things aren't possible. I see people just feel like, that's just going to ruin my day because, I didn't, you didn't leave room for that to be, going on in your schedule.
Yeah, a lot of it's just mindset too, because if that gets in your mind and sticks, I mean, I used to, even on a night I knew I didn't sleep good, I still would look at my Aura Ring readings to make sure that I didn't sleep good, even though I knew it. So I refused to look at them anymore until about lunchtime. I don't think it really set my day, but it told me exactly what I already knew was you were going to be a little tired this day because you didn't sleep last night. So I've just got where I wait and look at it. And then if it's really good, you feel really good and it gives you an extra boost. And if it's not, it's fine. But you just, as long as you're healthy and you're happy, go on and enjoy life.
Yeah. So in other words, you're not allowing the sleeping thing to tell you, well, you're going to be grumpy today because you didn't get to sleep. You see if you are grumpy and see if it matches.
I'll
You
go
don't let
back.
it dictate. Right, right. And some people would be taking it because, oh no, that computer thing says I'm going to be grumpy. So I'm telling everybody I'm going to be grumpy because the machine says so. And
And it's kind of like the internet. If the internet says it, it's true, isn't it?
Dr. Google.
I gave that up when I got sick. And I refused to look at any medical stuff on Google anymore.
But yeah, because you did, didn't you? You went down that rabbit hole for a little bit.
Uh, for a little bit when I put the first three things that I saw, all three of them contradicted the others. And it's like, okay, we're done with this. So I gave it up.
So then when you did speak to your doctor, that eased you right away. So you realized you kind of worried for nothing until you saw your doctor, right?
To a point, and the thing about it is I wonder, I didn't tell anybody for a long time, and the reason I did, but after I told it, I started getting emails and phone calls telling me how bad it was going to be for the next 3 weeks. And I'm on, like I say, I finished up what would that have been, 13? Yeah, number 13 today. And am I a little tired? Not like I was
So you've
supposed to.
done 13 treatments already?
I've had 13.
That's awesome. You've made it that far that's great.
And I think the reason I am a little bit tired is I've done things in the past 2.5 weeks that my body wasn't used to. I have been getting all my steps in by 10 o'clock every day, a.m.
That's awesome.
So that's weird. I usually didn't get all my steps in all day long, and now I'm getting them by 10 o'clock. So uh, I think this is going to push me to get back into walking a little bit more because I do feel better, and I think I'm becoming an advocate for taking care of yourself. Thank you, Bob.
I'm so proud of you. So number 13. So you've got how many more? Two more? So it was a total 15 or
Two more. I ring the bell Friday.
Friday. Way, woohoo. I hope somebody takes a picture of that.
I will. They
Oh,
believe me. They started on me this morning. You realize you get to ring the bell Friday. Do you want to ring the bell? Uh,
yes.
a
I
lot
want
of
to I
they
want to
say,
share that picture on this show.
well, we don't look real pretty at that time of the day, so we'll just go
You know what? That's the best beautiful picture ever. It really is. It
I look
really is.
forward to it. And again, I want to put out there to every male and female and men. I have a friend that a male that did have breast cancer. And I actually heard of, I had somebody tell me the other day, one of their male friends died with breast cancer. So I want people, this is my main thing for telling this in the beginning. Please get things checked out because stuff creeps up on you. It really does.
I
And
went and got mine done, and I'm all good this year. I got to go next year in January.
my daughter's headed out to get hers before
Yep.
long.
Yeah.
If it just saves one person from going, my cousin, did I tell you that she rang the bell? She was in stage 4 cervical. I don't
Yep.
here. She was in stage 4 cervical, found it a little over a year ago, and she's done intensive treatment. She rang the bell last week.
That's
So
fantastic.
it can be cured, but the cure's not fun.
Yep, for sure.
But that's my advertisement for the day.
No, I think that's great. When things get in the way, you got to realize, I think it puts things in perspective. I think that's what it does. I think it shakes us up for a minute, and it really makes us feel grateful for what we do have, and it makes us, realize what really matters. And I think that's just what all of us need sometimes. We need to have that snowball glow, things shaken and things be put, back in its place, but be better for it. So you have any final words before we get out of here?
Don't take things for granted. Just get that. I think I need to take a big banner and put it up for myself. Not to ever take anything for granted anymore.
I love that. And
2 cents worth.
yeah, no, I love that. And we got little Broadley putting his 2 cents worth too. Yeah. Well, what a huge hug, tons of love. Thanks, Bob. Thanks, Bob, for being here. We appreciate you, and we appreciate everybody that will watch this on the replay. And we love you guys. We will not be here next week, but we'll be here the following week. And as always, we roll with the punches here. And we love doing this show. And, this is actually our first show this year because I was pretty sick till now. So I'm just grateful that we were able to come back. So anyways, I love you, Sheryl.
Love you too.
All right, you guys, have a great day and make it a good day. Make every moment count. We love you guys. Bye.
You're like